Hey everyone, it's Alexis. I am back with a brand new video. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here. And today I have a success story. I am talking about a client of mine who manifested a change in her specific person. And I'm talking about tips and pointers to stay on track. If you feel like you are getting something in your reality that is bothering you or that is causing you to go into your old story, how do we move through change and create a new? Right? Before I get started, the links for booking one-on-one coaching and hypnosis are in the box below, as well as links to all of my courses, pre-recorded hypnosis audios, and all that good stuff. And you guys, look what is back. If you've seen videos of mine from, it must have been like 2 years ago, or if you did coaching with me and the beautiful horses were in the background, they are back. I have put them back in my office, and we are redoing my son Logan's room. These were in that room, and I switched things around, and it is just one of my favorite prints. I got this before I had met my current husband, and I decided before I met him that this was us, and that this is him, and this is me. So it's really sweet to have this here, and a really good reminder of love, and that you can create what you want in your reality and for your relationship, you guys. Let's get empowered and excited and dedicated to changing self, changing who you are. If you've been falling off the wagon, or you've been doing some affirmations, if you've been doing things and you're questioning your own power, having doubt and fear come in, I'm here to remind you gently, beautifully today that you are so powerful, you are so amazing, and you can do this, okay? So the client of mine, the success story that I'm referencing, her specific person was her boyfriend. They had had a breakup, that had taken a pause, and they had been together for 7 years. So that's significant. It was they'd been together for 7 years. She had known him for 10 years, and she really recreated a lot of aspects about him. And there was a main thing that she really wanted to recreate, which was his overusage of alcohol and things that had happened over the 7-year period. And she has said that I could share that piece about the alcohol, but a lot of things had come through in that 7-year period, changes that had created. What did she do about it? How did she change it? How did she work around it? Okay. So the big thing though here is that she really changed her perspective about his usage and his need for alcohol. So I am not talking today about alcohol addiction, or should you or shouldn't you encourage someone to go into a program or something like that. But she had had a lot of partners previously in the past that had had also issues with alcohol. And it was something that she had experienced a lot. And it was really something that she felt like was challenging the relationship, had difficulty with communication. And this could really be anything. It could be that you've created with your person or in your reality that he is working too much or she is working too much. They are too busy. They have this. The main thing that really she felt like she had to change was refocusing on him and changes he was making. And how did we do that? Okay. So I'm going to just get out of the way here. And again, this is not, I'm saying a big disclaimer today. This is not me saying that if you are in any situation where there is abuse, whether it is addiction of any kind, or you're receiving any kind of treatment, that I'm saying staying. This scenario was not about an abusive situation. You always want to put yourself and your safety and your focus and your mind first. I think no one is going to be surprised that I'm saying that, but I just had a thought to throw this in here. This is not me saying to stay in a relationship or a situation because there is abuse or addiction of any kind, okay? Frankly, I chose this success story because I've been asked this question a lot. And recently been asked this question a lot. And I just wanted to, I thought, why not? Let's talk about it. And she had a great way of putting it. Hey, Alexis, thank you so much for all of your help over the most recent months. I am so excited to finally write in the success story that I had pre-written to you about 7 months ago. I just want to say for anyone that is hearing my success story that the road to getting where I am at currently has not been easy. I have worked with Alexis and I've had a couple of other coaches, but I can honestly tell you that Alexis finally, with her no nonsense approach and her way of gently kicking me in the butt, keeping me on track and reminding me of who I am and then she puts in parentheses, who the F I am, it allowed me to truly create that which I was wanting with my then ex-boyfriend, who is now my boyfriend again. I can say now that we are in a full-blown commitment. He made so many changes, and then he brought up the relationship talk with me. He nailed down the commitment in a way that I could have never really predicted, never could have anticipated. And I am so glad that Alexis encouraged me to get out of my own way and to focus on myself and to focus on things being different. It was really helpful to have her twice weekly, sometimes weekly reminders that the biggest thing to focus on is myself, and the only person I'm changing is myself, and that this really is real, and that the principles of conscious manifestation didn't come from her, didn't come from YouTube, that they're actually ancient principles of thought control, mind. She's writing a lot of things that I'm not saying because they're a little bit like personal and or they're not family friendly for me to say. Mind control. And now I know that I can create my reality. Okay, I'm just going to delete these other things that she said. Okay. I also want to say a little bit about my backstory. So flash forward to many, many months ago that my boyfriend and I had a huge breakup. We had a huge falling out. We had a huge fight. It was so unsolvable. And I really felt like things were over. I really felt like this was the end. Once I booked a session with Alexis, though, I felt so much relief after watching all of her videos and understanding that she really cared about her clients. I felt like she could really be the person who was there for me, where I could understand, big key here, understand why I created this in the first place, because I really wanted to finally once and for all manifest the true commitment with him that was leading to marriage. Through all of the talks with her and uncovering my programming, my thoughts, my beliefs, my assumptions, and really truly my ideas about myself and my own self-worth, I can honestly say now that I'm in the best place ever. I'm so happy now that it took the amount of time that it did. And I want to tell everyone that manifestation should not be talked about like it's instant, because for most of us, it's working through deep traumas, deep aspects, deep things about myself. I also want to throw in there that I really thought that my specific person had an alcohol problem that might have sometimes looked like it was bordering on addiction. Parentheses, I was never really sure about it, but I also have turned that around too. I can now say that the two of us have decided to drink so much less. I am feeling so much better and so much healthier, and that he has joined me on my get my hot self back journey. And now we're both at the gym making healthy meals together. And he seems to be like a totally different person. It really is true. All the things that I have heard in all of the videos, though, that people do have many versions of themselves. It is just that I perpetually created the version of him that I experienced because of the version of myself that I was being. Thank you so much, Alexis, for giving me insight about also how to calm myself down, maintain my relaxed state of mind, and to really learn how to access the version within me that is valuable, worthy, enough, cherished, deserving. I can't thank you enough. See you soon for more updates. And I can't wait to write in my success story number 2. Big hugs. Love you so much. Thank you for everything and being the angel on my shoulder I always wished for. So you guys, that's so sweet, right? It's really nice. Nice to hear. And so wonderful to have motivation that this does work, okay? If you are someone who is hearing thoughts or you're really questioning conscious creation, I get it. But remember, like she said, I thought this touches on so many things that I've heard about in the past couple of weeks in my one-on-ones with some people. Is conscious creation real? Can you really create your reality? Or this whole thing? I mean, you really have to decide that it is. And it is as simple as that, and putting these tools and practices into place. Okay. So what we discovered and what we figured out was so much. I still have a cough after the LA fires. It's getting better, but I do have my electrolyte liquids near me. What we discovered is that there were so many issues and things about her. And after so much uncovering, she finally told me that she hadn't been very happy, stable, consistent, fulfilled in her life in like a number of years. Okay. So if this is you, chances are if you have so much going on in your life that you can't really get a hold of, or you're not feeling consistent happiness, fulfillment, just a sense of stability in your day-to-day life, then your manifestation of your person is going to be very difficult, B, you're going to feel like you're hitting your head against a wall. And C, it might not get you very far because everything comes down to you, your thoughts about you, your thoughts about reality, your thoughts about life as a whole, and what the heck is going on here. Okay. So if you're walking around thinking, oh, my life is so this, my life is so that, I wish it was this, I wish it was that, I don't have this, I don't have that, I wish I would get that, I wish I was them, I wish I was her, I wish I was him, then that's stuff that comes from a lack of a lot of things about yourself within yourself. Okay. So not saying that she had that exact dialogue within, but most people do. I mean, I would say a lot of people do, until this is really something that is focused on. This is all the videos I've done on self-concept, but it really is, who am I being within myself about me? Okay. And she had done conscious manifesting and creation of him so many times, but then she realized, like so many people do, oh, I'm trying to create it with him so that I have it for me. I'm trying to make this thing happen so that I finally, there might be a delay in the video. I'm going to plug my computer in. Sometimes that helps. Please excuse the rapid movements in the front of the screen. So usually if you're trying to just manifest a person, create them with a bunch of affirmations, do this whole thing, make something happen, the missing component, the missing person is us, is you, is who are you being? Who are you thinking yourself into being? And who are you choosing to be moment to moment, day to day? And you can begin to look at this. Like I looked at it with her. Who have you always been? Who have you always been specifically in love and relationships with guys, with men, previous partners, with him, right? Now, the thing is this, what I see so often and in so many scenarios is people trying to manifest people so that they're finally then the version of themselves that has the fulfillment. Let's say you're trying to manifest a person because you want marriage, family, kids, okay? And you have this idea that when I have the marriage, when I have the family, when I have the kids, then I'll finally be happy, Alexis. Then I'll finally have that state of fulfillment. I'll finally have that stability, okay? No, we don't go about it that way. You have to have the things now. Be the person that you want to be now in order to have it, right? You don't want to offload and put your happiness, your contentment, I can't say this any other way, fulfillment here, right? If there's a scenario where you get it and then you're happy once you have it, no, we need to have it here, have it now in order for it to create and be with them. Okay, so yes, this is a video about manifesting your partner and your specific person, but it's also about all the other tools and the things that we know, which is not waiting to be happy there or fulfilled there or stable there, having it now, being it now, thinking into it now, deciding this is who I am. I am stable. I am lovable. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am enough. Starting now. Now, from that place and that perspective of yourself, you can create anything with anyone because it's a simple thought. He is making healthy choices. He does love me so much. He does only see a future with me. I am the one that he wants. He makes it known to me each and every day that he loves me so much. Now, you see, if you're thinking negative thoughts of self, like, oh, this isn't happening, or can I really do this? Or is this really possible for me? Or gosh, is this whole thing just like, is it just not real, right? Does reality just create at me? Do I have a destiny? Does the universe have a plan for me? Does our creator, does God have some unknown thing that I'm supposed to, a plan and a timeline? Okay. Now, my whole perspective on the whole thing, you guys, is this. You chose to come into this human body. You chose to come in through a energetic soul into a human body, and you are experiencing humanness in this earth universe, this earth plane. Okay. And that through that, there are maybe some things you chose that are part of your destiny. Like I chose to come through my family. I chose to be a woman. My name was Alexis. I was not Nicholas. If I was going to be a boy, I was going to be Nicholas. And I think I would be a pretty cute Nick. What do you guys think? Okay. Anyways, I chose this. You chose certain things about you, but it does not mean that you have a predetermined chosen destiny. We know that that's not true. Your script is up to you. If you don't like the current script, you are the only one that can change it. And if you have all the things of the past that keep on coming up, he did this, she did this, he did this, she did this, you really have to find a way to tell yourself that either You're over it. You're getting over it. You're getting past it. You're moving on, creating the new script through your new thoughts, your new mental diet. And that is it. That is my most gentle kick in the butt that I can give you in a video, is that you've got to stop getting over all the things that you feel like were so done to you, and stop being in the mode of consistently being a victim and staying there. Now, that isn't to say that you can't feel your emotions or your feelings, right? If you're truly in self-empowerment, self-fulfillment, self-confidence, you will naturally feel your feelings and your emotions. You won't run from yourself or try to block something off. You will be experiencing life again in a human body, having your human experience, and still able to not have things be so I hear sometimes, oh, I'm so spiraling, I'm this. Okay, well, that's because the stability and the safety and the security within is not yet totally yours, or you feel like something is threatening your sense of stability. That was so key with this client. Okay. And he would start to like have a beer, a couple beers, 3 beers, and she would go into this panic mode. Okay. We found out, of course, it had nothing to do with him, everything to do with her, past experiences and things like that. But I said, okay, but we've got to maintain our safety, security, and stability, and hold on to the intention of health for self, health for him, health for us. We're doing this differently together. Again, if you're in a situation where the alcohol is something that is unmanageable, there's addictions, there's things going on, I am not saying to stay. I'm always telling you to put yourself first, to do what's right for you in your given scenario. This is a general video about reality creation. Okay. So, yeah, you guys, we need to be focused in the moment, empowered and determined to be that script writer, no matter what. Writing, reiterating the script, being consistently the director and the designer of the movie that you're seeing, because all you are is the illustrator and designer of that movie that creates and projects and pushes out into your 3D physical experience. It all begins within with what you're thinking. Okay. So it was really helpful for this client to hear one-on-one, this is really about you. It has nothing to do with him. And I say it all week long. Take him out of it. What is this really about? What is this really about within you? What does this remind you of? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. So remember that life is not happening at you. You are creating, and you are getting better and better at the journey of consciously creating, manifesting, designing your reality. And it's even like we should take out the word manifest from the whole thing. Because for a lot of people, it implies I am manifesting or I'm not manifesting, or, oh, I think I manifested that. Well, yes, you did, because all of reality is our creation, and it's part of what we decided to do to come here. Now, I can hear those big questions. Okay, so like, Alexis, does that mean that you created the LA fires? Because we just had fires here in LA. I live in Los Angeles. It's not a secret. So did I create that? I don't look at it that way. I look at it as I decided to come to Earth. I'm a human being, and that there is a natural disaster that happened to be in the city that I live in. Interesting, right? So that's all you need to think about all these things. You don't have to go into a huge rabbit hole of all of these things about this and what's that. No, you just want to say this is part of what's here on planet Earth. This is part of the game we're in. So just saying another disclaimer. If anyone's out there thinking, oh, well, then if you create everything, then do you create death? Well, yes, we create death, because we're not meant to be in the human body, forever. And you pick who you are. So yeah, you decided to come here. You decided to come here because of something. And that's the fun of this, right? It's like, why did you decide to be your gender? Why did you decide this family? Why did you decide these things? Why did you decide this sexuality? That's just things that I've read, and things that are, spiritually written about are decisions that we made from up above, or the place that we come from. And now we're here. We go through, kind of like an amnesia, we forget. And now we're here experiencing this whole thing again with people that we've usually experienced it with before. Okay. So you want to do your best to understand all these concepts, be super easy on yourself, and just, for all intents and purposes, get out of your own way, Create whatever the heck you want with your person. Get determined and get focused. Okay. So all the spiritual knowledge in the world, it doesn't mean anything unless you're actually changing your thoughts, creating your reality, changing your story, changing the script, creating what you really want here, or else nothing else matters. You can know all the things. You can know, oh, I'm energy and this is energy and I come from the creator and I believe in all these things, but he's not calling, right? I see that a lot, right? You can be like the yogi on the mountaintop and be like, yo, girl, he ain't texting. Okay. So make it easy on yourself. It is the thoughts that you're thinking moment to moment. And it's really all about the thoughts of you. The thoughts of you, the thoughts of you. Who am I? Who am I being? Who am I choosing to be? Who am I affirming I am? And what version of me I'm being? I'm choosing to be the version of me that is lovable, in creative mode, doing what I want, making choices, living my best life, taking all the actions I want for me about me, right? So it's like, who would you be and what would you be doing if you were the ideal version of you? Would you be taking that dance class you really want to take? Would you be signing up for like a cooking class you really want to take? Would you be joining that hiking club that like really kind of scares you because you have to meet new people and you're single? Who would you be, you guys? And start doing some things for you about you instead of sitting around just doing a bunch of intentions. You want to fill your life with sparkle, fun, a lot of stuff. I had this client do this too. So that's why I'm also bringing it up. We talk a lot about thoughts create, thoughts create, thoughts create. Yeah. So what thoughts are you thinking about you? And then what thoughts are you thinking about all the things you want to do? Right. And it's not to stay busy. It's not to have a life full of things to do so you're distracted, or so I'm doing a bunch of things so it keeps me on track to get my SP. No. You want to have a sense of fulfillment, stability, security, and safety within you about you so that you can use your mind to focus appropriately on who you want him to be, who you want them to be. It is completely necessary. If you're walking around most of the day thinking, oh gosh, like this is my life. Like, I don't like it. This is all I got. I go to this job. I come home. This is so difficult. I'm doing this again. Yada, yada, yada. Like, you got to deal with all that stuff as you deal with the person you've created. Okay. That's why this stuff isn't easy. And this is why it's usually not an overnight process for people. And it takes so much consistent fine tuning, just like this client. Okay. So she realized the same thing. She was like, oh my gosh, I realized like for so many years, I was totally seeking my happiness through him. I wasn't happy myself. And I said, okay, what are we going to do about it? If you were happy, what would you be doing? Right. And she began to look at it that way. It was so key for her. Okay. So this is a roundabout way of saying it's all about you. In my loving, supportive way, right? It's all about you. There's no need to be anxious, worried, and afraid of the relationship, anxious, worried, and afraid of the future. You want to decide that you are the version of you starting now that is all these things. You got it all, okay? Because you can't. It is that easy. It is that simple. It's right here, you guys. You can be, have, or do anything that you want, and you can be right now the person that you desire to be. Being it, thinking it, feeling it into existence now. Okay. So also what she did was a little bit of like living in the end. We are in the best relationship. We are so happy. We are doing so many things together. We are the couple that I want us to be. We are healthy together. Obviously, health for her was a big theme. Okay. But it didn't come from, oh, I'm walking around just living in the end. We are this, we are this, we are that. No, she filled her whole vortex of energy with the thoughts of who am I? Who is he? Who are we? And she sat with that, reiterated it all through her, within her, for like, all the time. Things were happening. He would do this, he would say that. And I would say, we're staying on track, doing the same thing, filling you with the reality of the chosen you, the chosen him, the chosen you guys. Okay. Reminds me of my Happy Ever After course, my marriage course that I created that includes hypnosis audios that I created after we got married. And actually, I created that when I was pregnant. So it's also got my juicy like Pregra vibes in there. But yeah, just also because the horsies are back. And this was me and my husband before we met. I knew that. And then it's funny because this was when I moved in with him, this was in our kitchen. And then this went into our study. And now the study is turning into Logan's room. So here it is back in my office. And I just love these two, right? If anyone's curious, I did get it at Living Spaces, but I don't think they offer it anymore. I think it's been, discontinued, but it's so cute. It's a really big print. Okay, so this can be you. This can be you with your person. This can be what you have. Let this be your inspiration. Now, it's funny as I say that, right? Like, why did he get to be in front? It's just how I've envisioned it, right? Like, I was kind of like the sweet, loving, like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being my hero protector and taking care of me and our family, right? Yeah. So anyways, in case you're wondering. All right. So I love you guys so much. I intend that this video has helped you stay on track, be focused, and create all the things you want to create. It's all possible for you. The marriage, if you want that, the kids, if you want that, the loving, committed relationship like this client, if you want that, it's all available. I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.